All right, cool. I'm just gonna give it one, two people. I'm really gonna get this over with, honestly. All right, one more person. All right, good. So what's up? What's up? Your host Jay Lavonne, Red Cup Chronicles. Today is Red Cup Chronicles' first birthday. It's like a year ago. I came from one of my temp jobs because I try to have many jobs as I can, and I was in my fucking soapbox. And this year, I'm in my fucking soapbox. So last episode on Ben and Need, I was talking about how women want to propose to men and how I feel about the whole thing. And it's full of shit. If a woman got proposed to a man, I feel that she would never be picked, whatever. So this episode is about R. Kelly in general. And today I was just going to talk about random stuff that's been going on in my mind, because it's like reason I haven't made many episodes of Record Chronicle lately is because of the fact that life been hitting me and I had a whole lot going on, and I still plan on going on radio, but it's like in order to make a plan you gotta push some stuff back until you get your life together. So ain't nothing wrong. That is a perfect topic for R. Kelly. So R. Kelly has had a history of molesting young girls, whatever. And it's all just assumption until it happened. But people have said that they seen him in Chicago trying to pick up young girls. He married Aaliyah, and we all saw the marriage certificate. So why do I want to talk about R. Kelly is because of the fact that young girls are being molested every day. Young girls are being preyed on just because they have developed a little bit too early and Red Cup, right? And that's what I want to talk about. With these young girls are being preyed upon, and it's not right. And the thing that kind of pissed me off about R. Kelly when he had that whole thing about his song I Admit, it was like 20 minutes long. I only listened to 30 minutes because I was like, you know what, I can't deal with it. Don't put your daughter in front of me and say it's okay, and then get mad when you can't get no money out of me. I'm not your ATM. I was like, whoa, my dude. Now, the episode that I wanted to do before the whole R. Kelly thing is why black people tolerate the N-word. But it's like this whole thing with R. Kelly, whoa. It's too many young women have been preyed upon. And it's like a lot of people want to call women sluts. That's why a lot of these women are fast, because they don't know anything but what they were taught. If they taught to please a man, whatever, that's what they gonna do. And it's sad that, don't get me wrong, boys are getting molested too. But I'm gonna talk about women because I'm a woman. And apparently people say that I'm a feminist, whatever, but I'm going to stick up for my woman before I'm stick up for a man, because I'm a woman. So for women who've been molested and all that stuff, look, baby, I'm sorry for what you're going through. I'm sorry you had to lose your virginity, not to your husband, but to your molester, to somebody who preyed upon you. That's not right. So this whole thing with R. Kelly, he had a concert in St. Louis, and he's still here to this day. And there's a picture on Instagram floating around. He's taking a picture of a bunch of teenage women. So my understanding is really based on his song I Admit. It's 20 minutes long. You can listen to it on YouTube. I didn't listen to the whole thing because I don't want to hear that shit. But if you set your daughter out and say it's okay, and you didn't get your money, that's on you, because your daughter look at you as her protector. Why would you put your daughter out for a few measly ass $1,000 for R. Kelly? And this is where I feel guilty at, because I like R. Kelly's music. My favorite part of R. Kelly is Make It Rain remix. Roxanne, you don't have to put off the red lights. I still like that. I feel it's like to this day I feel guilty for listening to R. Kelly music because there are stories on how he tried to molest young girls, and you molested young girls, I can't rock with you. Cause there was like 31-year-old bus driver tried to hit on me when I was like 18, 19 on my way to VP Fair. So if you willing to prey on a young woman's innocence, I cannot rock with you because they're children. 19, 18, there are still children. And I often ask men questions if they have a daughter. And it's like, I'm kind of sickened because he is still in St. Louis. They say, oh, he was at Waffle House tipping people. And I feel so guilty for liking his voice. His voice is powerful. Stepping in the name of love and everything. Hey, I tried to defend R. Kelly. Like, maybe this was against him. Maybe this, maybe that. But if there's stories and there's receipts behind that, I can't deal with that because these are girls out there, and what you teach, it's like, if you teach a little boy something, he could, like, kind of differentiate or whatever, but if you teach a little girl something, that's stuck in her mind at the most, because we're sensitive creatures, and we're supposed to birth many nations and whatnot. This is sad. He is still in St. Louis. Like, I feel guilty for liking his voice. Not his music, his voice, because he has a wonderful voice. But if you molest young girls, and he admitted that song that he owns none of his music, he admitted that song that he was touched as a child. So in a way, I'm kind of like, I'm praying for help for him because he only know what was taught to him as a kid. And there's a movie called Mississippi Burning, shows like different stories of people in Mississippi. This man, he used to have to, let's go say, do strange things for putting food in his family house. And he ended up being molested himself. So a lot of stuff, it's like, I would like to talk about molestation in black households, but it's in every household. It's not a race thing. Molestation is a sickness. And we need to tackle this sickness by watching our kids and listening to what the fuck our kids are saying. Red Cup, right? And a lot of people don't listen to what kids say because they're to be seen, not to be heard. And kids could teach you a lot. Like, I had a couple of Facebook statuses where kids would come to my job at the gas station. It's like, Daddy drinks a lot of beer. It's like, kids tell you more than adults. I said, it's like later on in the day, little girl come in. I said, did Daddy drink beer? No, not yet. And to this day, I say, this little girl is my friend. And it's like, but I always, it's like kids would tell you truth more than anybody else. If you want to look going for the truth, whatever, just look at a kid's face, because kids, they don't know to lie. They don't even know how to hurt nobody. They just know based on what we tell them. They're just little vessels trying to learn, and what kids learn is what kids will carry on to their adulthood. And this is, it's like, I have a Facebook friend it's like, it was the hashtag mute R. Kelly STL. He still came to STL. He still had a audience, and he's still flown around St. Louis. And people defending R. Kelly, I'm not knocking you, because maybe you know R. Kelly character better than anybody else. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. And like I said, I was preyed upon at 17, walking to a bus stop, and I had to tell this dude that I was 14 just to get him to leave me alone. So you may know R. Kelly character better than anybody else, but molestation needs to be stopped. Molestation originated when, don't get me there. Don't get me there. But because people kept their blood pure or whatnot. But I really feel that we should pay more attention to kids. I really feel that if men have put their daughters in front of R. Kelly just for a few measly dollars, honestly, you should be more ashamed of yourself than R. Kelly. And by the way, I'm not taking him for R. Kelly. I'm not defending him, and I'm not taking him for him. I'm just looking at different angles, and this is not. It's like for Red Cup Chronicles' birthday, I had no topic, and I had a lot going on. I was just going to talk about that, but it's like talk to a friend on the phone, and the more we talk about that, I say, I need to say something because a lot of girls been. You see some. It's like most men say almost every woman that been molested and preyed upon by a grown man. Grown men, what in the hell do you want with a young woman? Even if she developed early, what in the hell do you want with a grown woman? I mean, a young woman. Pre-basing at that. Now, you look at a grown woman, y'all both grown, but I'm not feeling it. And if y'all say that R. Kelly is a molester, that he is, and after that song, and he said, don't put your daughter in front of me, say it's okay, that told me everything. And I was floored. I feel guilty listening to R. Kelly's music now. It's like I subconsciously did not listen to his music for a while because I subconsciously did not listen to the radio, first and foremost. But I would listen to radio if a couple of my favorite songs on. One of my favorite songs is I Like It Like That by Cardi B. And it's like, if I was a dumb motherfucker, I'd be praying to Cardi B instead of Jesus. But this whole thing with R. Kelly, everybody is so against R. Kelly, but they're not willing to attack their whole households. And that's where my problem is really at. You want to say something about this man. He made all his money. Now, what shocked me about that 19-minute song that he don't own his music. Rare Cup, right? So, this whole thing with R. Kelly in St. Louis, this is so complex, even to me. Because I have 1 or 2 R. Kelly CDs, and I like his music, and I just feel guilty as I listen to his music. And if you look on the film, it's like if you look at all his songs, it's always about sex, 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 sex. And you look at all his video, it's like, prime example, film video, right? Were those 2 teenagers posing as women? Or were there 2 women posing as teenagers? Because they both had pigtails. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, when you see things as a teenager, you really not thinking of it because you not fully developing the mind. But were those women teenagers or women posing as teenagers? They both had pigtails. I was like, oh my God. Was he telling us that he was messing with younger? And he even said in the song, he messed with young and old. But he didn't say how young they really were. So, he may have said something kind of subliminal. But if you like one of those people, he say he messed with teenagers. He should say he messed with young. And dude is damn near 50, so he could have messed with a 20-year-old and got away with it legally. He could have messed with somebody 30 and he's 50 legally. So when R. Kelly said that he messed with younger, you can't really determine that because he didn't say teenage, he said young and old. So maybe some subliminal behind it, but when he said, do not put your daughter in front of me, and says okay, and get mad when you don't get no money from me, that told me everything. And I feel guilty for his music. Like I say, Roxanne, he took that from Sting, but when I listen to his music and his voice, I often feel guilt. It's like he's like that uncle that will put you to college, but you gotta deal with him because he puts you to college. I'm on my Chris Rock stuff at this point. Have my different complexities with R. Kelly. And a lot of girls, black, white, Mexican, Gumby, have felt uncomfortable at this point. So, what can we do about molestation with young girls? First off, watch your kids. Second off, watch who you put on your kids. Like, I just saw on Facebook, right before I made this episode, that a man killed his girlfriend's daughter and beat on the other daughter. So everybody say, you bitch this, you bitch that. No, get on a girl for putting this man around her daughters. And this is another thing I don't get. You need to hold everybody. Rec up. You have to hold everybody accountable at this point. If you love your kids, you protect your kids wherever you can, but there are more and more kids that got killed. Half of them, they were molested by the mom's boyfriend. So, how can you say you love your kids, but you put your kids in front of everybody? How can you say you love your kids, but your kids have many so-called uncles? How can you love your kids? You put a man in front of your kids, you're not protecting them. You just opening them up. And honestly, that's the saddest part at this point. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who's going to hurt your kid or whatever. But I digress because I don't have any kids. And the only kid I'm thinking about is my nephew who will be born in a few months. Yay! I'm an auntie. So you have to watch your surroundings. You have to watch what you're putting on your kids. So you put your daughter in front of R. Kelly, say, hey, it's cool for you to touch on her, and you don't get your money, nigga, you guilty. And I hate saying the N-word, and I was going to do an episode about the N-word. Nigga, you're guilty. If this is really true what R. Kelly said, that you put your daughter in front of me, and you say it's okay, but you didn't get your money, so you look at me as an ATM, nigga, you are guilty as fuck. And you know, fuck is my favorite curse word. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And sometimes I always say, watch who you make your kids with, because your kids get your personality and the father's personality in a way. Your kid is what you're making them to be. Kids are really sponges. And you put so much on a sponge, it ain't gonna go well and all this other stuff. So, with this episode about R. Kelly, if you is R. Kelly, I'm talking to R. Kelly. It's like I would love to interview him. He probably gonna say some stuff about his music, and I like R. Kelly music. That's what makes me feel so guilty about this whole thing. But if a man is molesting little young girls, the best thing I could tell you is get some damn help. Because to me, you looking at young prepubescent girls as women, that's a sickness. And when men tell me that they have daughters, oh, I'm going to have some questions. So, it's like, he's in a gallery taking pictures with young girls. They're teenagers. But y'all just heard that song, I Admit, right? R. Kelly, I want around $5,000. And it's not right. It is not right. I don't condone. I don't defend any fuck shit at all. That's just me. But if you abusing young girls, you need to see something about yourself. Because young girls are young girls. Their minds, it's like, even they're not even developed. It's like young girls and boys are getting abused. They're not developed. Why would you prey on? I just don't understand, because I have expressed the fact that I do like younger men, but I also told you I like men older than 21, because even 21 act like an 18-year-old. So really, I want my man 25 and up. I'm just saying. It's like, you see stuff going on and you don't want to do shit about it. Unless it's you. You want to bump R. Kelly music. You want to say he's a Pied Piper. Brung all the Pied Piper. Pied Piper. Pied Piper. Look that up and you see why I'm saying it. And what made this song, I admit, so good is because art imitates life. So if somebody put their daughter in front of him and say it's cool, art imitates life. Him into messing with a couple of his chick's girlfriends in the back seats, whatnot. Within music, art imitates life. So how can we not feel some type of way about him performing? But again, you put your daughters, take a picture of him in freaking gallery. And people have said all this stuff about him. R. Kelly's a cool person. I'm not knocking anything R. Kelly. I'm just trying to understand of the mind of R. Kelly and people who know him. That's all it really is. Because you feel that somebody molested your daughter, you should have stepped in and you should have popped off. If you're not popping off when something happened to your daughter, that says a lot about you as a person. And I'm not trying to lie. I'm just trying to be all the way real at this point. Because too many things happen to young girls, young boys, and they're not being reported, by the way. So if you look at all the things that's been reported, look at how much is not being reported. And it'll fuck your mind up. Prime example, I'll give you a name. Hey, St. Louis, I'm finna give you a name. Andrew Hornbeck. Kidnapped, molested by his captor. Don't nobody know what happened to that little dude. Don't nobody know how Andrew Hornbeck psychological mind is right now. Andrew Hornbeck. You know what? For Missouri, that's a very good example. A fabulous example for his state of Missouri. So, with this thing with R. Kelly, if you mess with young girls, and they said his fiance is 19. Well, she looks kind of pale, but I ain't gonna talk about it because I don't judge people, but if a woman have been molested, best to work through that because you've been preyed on as a kid and you did not know what's going on. If a man is molesting young girls, get some help. Just because you see a woman that's developed fast, she is not a woman, she is still a young girl. And I understand why men want to be with young girls to carry out their seed, carry out their birthday, because the younger you are, the more you have babies. That's why I'm trying to be stepmom, because I'm 35. I know I can't carry no kids. For real, for real. The whole thing is just sad. How men will look at young girls like, hey, babe. Like I said, when I was 18, 19 going on bus, I was looked at by a bus driver that was in his early 30s. So dude try to follow me to the bus stop. I had to tell this dude that I'm 14 to get him off, just to get him uninterested in me. So I don't get it. Got a job, raise your red cup. Pay your own bills, raise your red cup. If you do not like child molesters, raise your red cup. If you do not like child molesters, do not complain when something happened when you could have did something about. I'm just saying. This is the R. Kelly Files. R. Kelly, I want around 50 grand. Oh, you're on your own music, so you might not have that much money as everybody thinks. So raise your red cup. Bye-bye.